Yo, what's good, y'all? I would like to welcome y'all back to episode 64 of Divine Talks Podcast. I got it right this time. Today, on which I'm recording this podcast, is May 8th, 2026. And first, I would like to shout out to my current, past, and new listeners. Y'all already know I highly appreciate you. Shout out to everybody listening to this podcast on their favorite platforms. And you already know, before we get into the show, make sure you follow me on all of my socials. The links will be in the description box below, depending on when you watching this shit at, man. You can follow me anywhere because I am literally everywhere. You feel me? So you already know how we're going to start this shit off, man. I got to ask you, how are you doing today? How has the week been since the last episode of the pod? I hope you've been doing good. I hope everything is going swell and well and grand, man. Now, real shit, though. I hope everything's going good. How are you? Feel free to comment if you want to, or you can just answer to yourself, I'm doing pretty good, or I've seen better days, or I could be better, or I am feeling fucking fantastical. Whatever you want to, whatever it is, man, answer that question for yourself, or you can answer me. How are you doing today, man? I hope everything's going good. As far as me, everything is going good. I've been, to be completely transparent, I've been like on like a little lazy streak, if you will. Last week, even this week, I only worked out 3 days out of the week this week. Same thing for last week. I don't know, man. Sometimes well, I didn't even say sometimes, but every now and then I get into this slump. I guess that's just something changing, and I'm just going through the motions of that change, but I'm still pushing through where I can. You understand what I'm saying? That's just how I'm interpreting it. That's how I'm interpreting it. Damn, boy, I cannot talk. And you know, that's just how I'm interpreting it. So if it is somewhere around those things where it's like, okay, that's just what it is, me going through the change, why I've been feeling that way, then, you know, I'm going to continue to persevere. That's the word of the day, persevere. I think I might start doing that. Bringing word of the day, bringing like a whole new word, because I have a thesaurus on my phone, but I barely use it. But since I've been reading and I've been seeing words that, you know what, tangent. But since I've been seeing words that I've never seen before, like me reading the Changing World Order, this word called ebullience, I believe, and it's basically boiling over with emotions, most likely joy. So, I think an example, I've been trying to practice how to use it in the sentence. But and I like that word because I read that word and I looked it up a few days ago and I still remember it. So I'm glad that that's still in my mind. So I just want to try to implement that into my lexicon. But it's called ebullience, I believe, and it basically, and again, it means boiling over joy. So like if you was to use that in a sentence, you would say the ebullience I felt when her voice, the ebullience. Hold on. Her voice filled the room with ebullience, due to her singing or whatever the case may be, right? Her singing brought the room with ebullience. Let me see if that's how you pronounce that word, bro. Let me look it up right now. Because I feel like I'm saying it right, but it still sounds wrong. At the same time, ebullient. The pronunciation. Ebullient. So it's ebullient. Okay, bad. Then you say ebullience, and again, you know, that's just it means overcoming with joy. Like, and it says, right, someone who is cheerful, full of energy, and overflowing with high-spirited enthusiasm or excitement. And that's basically what it is. So the way I used it in the sentence, that made sense. I like that word, ebullience. That's my shit. So anyways, I don't even know why I went on that tangent, but we just learned something. I just be talking, bro. But anyways, man, like I said, I've going back to me going through these changes or whatever, and I believe that's just what it is. I'm starting to feel it a little bit more now. And again, I'm just pushing through, man. I'm just pushing through, and you know, still getting this content done. But again, I only worked out 3 days this week. I normally go 5 to 6 days, and I be getting after it. But I do make sure I go on my walks whenever I take my puppies on a walk. It'd be like 20 minutes each session. So, you know, that'll end up to an hour altogether. It's decent as hell. You understand what I'm saying? Just me breaking it up like that. But, you know, so I do get my steps in. but I need to make sure that I continue to work out for 5 days a week and 5 to 6 days a week. I just, like I said, I just been feeling that way. I still get my workout in. I still, get content out and stuff like that. But I just be like, damn, like even me reading my book, I told y'all that shit boring, but me going through this feeling right now, which is starting to pass. I'm feeling it starting to pass. Me reading that damn book, I told y'all that shit boring. And bruh, I be falling asleep. I be like, okay, I set the timer for 45 minutes. I probably start reading, I get to 30 and then start falling asleep. I'm like, okay, you know what? I got this far, I'm done. And I pick it up the next day. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that shit it's been like good information. It's just boring. And then me feeling this way, it ain't been making it no better, man. So anyways, that's just me and how I've been doing. I don't know why I go off on these tangents on the time, but hopefully y'all enjoy that shit, bro. Now, let's go ahead and get into gaming. Y'all already know, man, we talk about several topics in this bitch, and we start off with gaming first. We start off pretty lighthearted, then we get into the serious shit. You understand what I'm saying? I kind of like that. There's so many games dropping in May, bruh. There was a list that the website VGC had posted. If I can find it, then I'll definitely bring it up again, man. But they had showed all of the games that's dropping in May. Now, one of the games that I was anticipating, it dropped. It's called Alabaster Dawn. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cop that shit because it is in early access right now. And you know what I'm gonna do? I have the demo still, so I'm gonna finish through the demo. But I already liked what I played, and hopefully the everything that you do in the demo carries over. So I'm gonna finish the demo, see if I really fuck with it at the end, and if I do, I'm gonna go ahead and purchase that motherfucker because it is in early access right now, and it's for the low. But like I said, it was VGC. Video Game Chronicles on their website. They had posted all of the games that was dropping in May. Oh, and they did all of the games that's dropping on Amazon Prime as well. If you got Amazon Prime, they got all those. So if you follow my Shorts channel, you already know I'm gonna be making a video on that on Monday, and I can't wait. But let me see if I can find that shit, bruh. They had dropped all of the games that was dropping in May, and it was so many. You already know 007 First Light. That's a game that I'm heavily anticipating. The Lego Batman game, highly anticipating that. Again, I told y'all about Alabaster Dawn. That is a game that I was highly anticipating as well. That demo was good, and it seemed like something that's gonna be decent as hell. I can't wait to make more content for it. It's a few more games that is dropping this month. Okay, I think I found it. Let me go ahead and switch it over to this. Hold on, wrong thing. I think I found it. So yeah, we got Mixtape, Directive 8020. That's a game that's coming out on the 12th. I'm highly anticipating that shit for sure. Supermassive Games are the ones that is making that shit. Is similar to the games like what's that shit called, bro? It's that series where you play as a bunch of different characters, or you could play as a bunch of different characters with your homies and shit, and the decisions that you make is it determines the outcome for the game. The Dark Anthology joints, Dark Pictures Anthology, I know what I'm talking about, bro. If you got Forza Horizon 6, that's dropping. I'm just reading off a couple of these. I already told you about the Lego Batman and 007. And then they had dropped a whole list of big games that's coming out this month, bro. Indiana Jones and that's already out, but that's coming to the Switch too. Call of the Elder Gods, Battlestar Galactica Scattered Hopes. I know about Battlestar Galactica because of The Office. I didn't even know that was a thing until then. Let me see. Thick as Thieves. It's a shit ton of games, man. Y'all can go ahead and check that shit out, man. It's too many games that's coming out this month, bro. It really is. It's way too many. That's why I'm sticking to the core of the three that I have: Alabaster Dawn, 007 First Light, and the Lego Batman game. I'm looking to get 007 First Light for the free, and if so, I could divert a lot of my attention and my funds to the Lego Batman game. And I can't wait to play that shit, bro. It looks like it's gonna be so much fun. They saying that the story I'm assuming that, to see everything, collect everything is gonna take about 60 hours. But they saying that if you just want to play through the story and, collect a little bit of things here and there, it's gonna take you about 20 to 30 hours. And that's decent as hell. I'm not mad at that at all. 007 First Light gonna be 20 hours. I'm all for it, bro. I love that we getting these shorter games, man, because I got Neo 3 on the SSD right now, and I still ain't beat that shit. I'm like, man, it comes to a point because I do a lot of different things. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm an investor. I fucking do this podcast. I got to make sure I have podcast notes. And I've been slacking on gathering podcast notes and doing research on certain things because I stream as well. Then I also make content for the main YouTube channel where I write. I got to make the video. I got to edit the video. You understand what I'm saying? I got to make sure I do research on SEO and all of that shit. I got to edit my own thumbnails. You feel me? Like, so, I do what I can here and there. It becomes a lot. So me playing these longer games is just not, it's not feasible. You understand what I'm saying? Like, lately, I've been going crazy on Marvel Rivals. I'm Platinum 3 in Marvel Rivals right now. And I ain't gonna lie, I've been whooping ass, bro. I've been whooping ass. I've been going crazy. Now, there's been a couple times where I fuck up, like I'll lose 4 games in a row. And I'll be like, God damn. But I did my part. My team's just been fucking god awful. And I say that to say that's been taking a lot of my time as well. Like, I spend a couple hours playing Marvel Rivals. You feel me? And like, we got Pragmata. I still ain't beat that yet. I think about the time that I was taking to play Pragmata, to play Marvel Rivals, and I put that into Pragmata, I would have been beat that game. I got I got a lot more content that I want to put out for that as well. You feel me? I got to write that up. So, I do a lot of different things, man. I'm doing research on real estate and all of this shit. Like, I manually invest, I allocate my funds, it's a lot that I do. You feel me? And I'm grateful that I'm able to do these things. Don't get it twisted. I'm highly grateful that I can sit here in this chair, record, talk, make content, invest when I want. You understand what I'm saying? Where I want to, like, you build out this portfolio and able to do research and know what's possible that I can own a shit ton of properties. I'm grateful for that. You feel me? But man, I'm also highly grateful that we're getting these shorter games, bro. So I'm all for it, man. And so once I'm done with Pragmata, I'm going to go straight into Mouse Private Investigator for Hire. I think we're going to be switching between both Alabaster Dawn and Mouse because I'm pretty sure those are both short. Mouse is a short game, and I'm pretty sure Alabaster Dawn is a shorter game as well. I know Mouse takes about 20 to 30 hours to beat. That's nothing. Then once I'm done beating those, I don't think I'm gonna make content for those because I want to go back and play Replace as well. That's another game that I want. I have that downloaded, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and because I should be done with all of this stuff, right? Because I still got demos to play as well. So I think I'm gonna once I'm done with those, I'm gonna hop right into 007, and then I'm gonna be flip-flopping between that and the Lego Batman game, because I think the Lego Batman game drop on the 22nd of this month, and then the and 007 drop on the 27th, if I'm not mistaken. I don't even know why I'm guessing. I can just look it up right now. When does 007 drop? Because I could be getting the dates wrong. It could be, okay, so yeah, 007 First Light drops on the 27th, and the Lego Batman game drops on the 22nd. My girl's birthday on the 22nd. I'm not gonna be there day one. So, it is what it is. I'm gonna have to play that at a later date. But listen, I can't wait, bro. I can't wait. I've been dropping any type of coverage that's been coming out for 007. I've been dropping content for it, and for the Lego Batman game as well, but it ain't no incentive for it. I just do it just for the love of the game. I'm trying to get that information out and get, get these views. And the Shorts channel is growing slowly but surely. I'm almost at 1,000 subs over there. I'm about to hit 700 real soon. But yeah, man, to get back to what we were saying, it's just so many games that's out right now. So many games. And then, along with me playing the games, outside of me making content and doing the podcast, I also got a personal life, bro. I got puppies, I got a girlfriend. Like, I need to make sure that I take time for myself, and I got friends. I got to make sure I make time for them as well. Like, it's only so many hours in a day, but I get it through. You understand what I'm saying? I make sure that I read every day. Understand what I'm saying? Like, it's just, these longer games. Like, I don't even know at this point. I keep telling myself, I'm gonna go back and play Neo 3. I don't know if I'm gonna do that now. To be honest with you, I really don't think I will. I think I'm gonna go ahead and uninstall it, and it'll just be what it is. And if I do decide to go back and beat it, then okay. But I'm focused on beating Pragmata and Mouse for now, while also playing Marvel Rivals. I've been enjoying Marvel Rivals. I've gotten so much better at Marvel Rivals. So shout out to the homies, man, for giving me pointers, and I've been learning tips from them and then going on YouTube and shit like that. Oh my God, man. Man, my main tank is Emma Frost. I've been going crazy with her ass, boy. Hey, listen, I ain't gonna lie. I'm that nigga. I know I can still tweak some things here and there and improve my skills, but man, I've been raw as hell. So yeah, man, that's basically about it for all the games that's dropping in May, and all these long ass games that's coming out. Cause I still got Elden Ring Night Rain up on this motherfucker. I still want to play through that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's games that's on here that I'm not going to uninstall. So that's like, Marvel Snap, just because, that's just the easy game that I can pick up and get on and play a couple games and hop right off. The game's only take 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes per game. That's decent as hell, boy. I could put in a good 15 and I'm decent. And that's all. And what's so crazy is I love Marvel Snap. That can be the only game that I play, and I'd be good for the day, but I got my game in hand. You understand what I'm saying? We got Mega Bonk. I could play one session of that. The session probably take 30 minutes, and I'm cool. I'm good for the day. Ball X Pit, same thing. I could play one session of that, and I'm cool for the day. Halls of Torment, same thing. Elden Ring Night Rain, same thing. Marvel Rivals, I got to get at least 2 to 3 sessions in, because games can take between 15 to 30 minutes depending on how well your team are performing. So but I can do that, and that's it. I'm cool. But then you got the story-driven games, Pragmata. You know what I'm saying? One good session for 2-3 hours, I'm cool. You understand me? So that'll get me closer to beating the game. You feel me? So I have to beat Pragmata and start more. And because I just dropped the first impressions video today for it. At the time, it's Friday at the time of this recording. I just dropped a fucking first impressions video for it, and I got a Resident Evil Requiem video dropping on Monday. So the day after the pod is released, I'm gonna have another piece of content dropping on that following Monday, man. And I'm we're going crazy. So I got more content that I gotta make for Pragmata, and again I gotta beat that before 007 First Light and the Lego Batman come out, and try to get as much content as I can out for Pragmata, just for the simple fact that I'm gonna be making content for both the Lego Batman game and 007 First Light. You feel me? It sounds like I'm repeating myself, but y'all get what I'm saying. And for Mouse PI for Hire, I don't know if I'm gonna make content for that. I think most of what I'm gonna do for it is stream it, and that's really about it. Post some clips here and there of me playing the game, and that's really about it. But I don't think I'm gonna make any long form videos for real. So yeah, man, it's a lot, bro. It's a lot. What a time to be alive. What even better time to be a gamer, man. We are spoiled when it comes to these games. It's crazy. Now, next thing I want to get on before I let this topic go. Last gen consoles are finally phasing out, man. News that came out that the next Call of Duty will not be made for PS4 and the Xbox One. It was only mentioned for the PS4, but I can only imagine that they wouldn't do it for the Xbox One as well. There was a couple more games that came out that was announced that it will not be on the last gen consoles. Like it's this new game that's coming out called Stranger Than Heaven. It's made by RGG Studios, boy. If you know the Yakuza series, then Stranger in Heaven will be a little familiar to you. That shit looks like it's a passion of love. That game looks like it's gonna be great. They had dropped a whole dev diary for it. Y'all need to go ahead and check that shit out, man. That looks fucking amazing. But it's none of these. But these newer games are not gonna be dropping for the last gen consoles. Thank God. They should have stopped doing this shit about 4 years ago. The support for last gen consoles should have ceased 4 years ago. I'm gonna give you even 3 years ago. That shit should have ceased. I ain't gonna lie, because the last gen consoles been holding current gen back, and now we about to truly see right on the cusp before the next gen consoles drop with what current gen can really do, man. So for all of you that are on the last gen consoles, man, y'all gotta let that shit go, bro. It's time to upgrade. I know the economy is hard now, and it's been hard for a while, but goddamn, man, the current gen been out for 6 months now. For 6 years now. Y'all ass need to come up with a budget and put money to the side. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of y'all asses is doing a Klarna pay, the Klarna pay, where you gotta pay in installments and shit like that. You pay 4 times for the console. Y'all shouldn't be doing that shit, no way. And if you ain't got if you don't have the current gen console now, then you don't even need to worry about it, bro. Just save your money, put your money to the side, come up with a budget. As a matter of fact, if you listen to this shit, don't be offended by it. Stick around, because we're going to get into the investment portion of the pod, which is my favorite portion of the pod, right? And you're going to need this information. So just let that last gen shit go, bro. It's over with. That is over with, man. Go ahead and save you up some money, create a budget, put some money to the side, get you a PC, a decent PC that'll last you for a while, and it'll save you a lot more money in the long run, because a lot of the times you won't have to pay full price for a lot of these games. I done bought so many games not at full price. Y'all remember what that game I just mentioned, Alabaster Dawn? That shit just came out on the 7th, yesterday. Nigga, it's on sale right now, nigga. It's in early access, but it's on sale right now. And from the demo that I played, it looked good. Come on now. You're not getting that on, excuse me. You're not getting that on console, G. You're not getting that on console. So, yeah. You might want to reconsider, man. Just don't even worry about current gen or next gen for that matter. Just save your money. The economy is in fucking shambles right now, and it's going to get worse, unfortunately, right? But it is what it is at this point, man. But you got to learn how to navigate through it. You feel me? So yeah, man, just let it go, bro. Let it go. It's over with, man. Last gen is out. Current gen been in. And this is where we at, man. Now we on the cusp of next gen. And next gen seems like they're gonna be hybrid PCs and shit. That's where Xbox trying to go with it. So yeah, man, just chill, sit your ass down, put your wallet away, put that card back in your pocket. As a matter of fact, if you have your card attached to anything related to gaming, take that shit off. Take it off right now. Just take that shit off, bro. Cause it'd be too easy for you to be like, oh, I go ahead and buy. Just take it off. Don't even look at it, bro. Save your motherfucking money. All right, we are 23 minutes in. I love this shit, bro. Hey. Let's go and talk about movies, man. Movies and TVs. The last movies that we had watched, I'm gonna have to look that up because I can't remember. At this point. But we did finish Invincible, season 4 of Invincible, and oh my God. Bruh. Season 4 of Invincible is fucking peak. This is one of the greatest shows I've ever watched in my life. This is one of the best shows I've watched in my life. What I love about the show is, yeah, it's superhero shit. It's niggas with, honestly, it's more so niggas with powers, and they going through the rigmarole of the ups and downs of what's going, like, What I like about the show, even though it's all of that superhero shit, niggas with powers and this, that, and the third, they make it feel so human. And for it to be an animated show, for it to be a fucking cartoon, They make it feel so human, G. Like that writing is so good. The character development, the introduction of new characters, and seeing how some of those characters, like the virtual mice, they are so much the same, but they are different in a way. It's you feel for the characters, bruh. Like, I'm gonna talk about spoilers right here, man. I have to. When Nolan came back home, and I'm saying back home. And shout out to my girl, cause she definitely called this shit, man. Her ass. When Nolan came back home and the cry she wept because of, like, you can tell that she was so confused on how to feel about Nolan. Because if you know the history with Nolan killed 2,674 people. I forgot that number that Cecil had gave, but he went to Chicago and fucked it up. He basically showed the world this is not who he is. Cause he played to be something else. Nigga fell in love with Debbie. And he basically was portraying as one of the guys, bruh. He was basically portraying as one of the humans. And, you know, oh my God. Like when he went to go see, what's that nigga name that made the costumes? What's that nigga name, bruh? Daryl or something? What's his name? I forgot that man's name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The nigga that made the costumes, bro. When Nolan went to go visit him, when he first seen Nolan, he was like, he was startled a little bit, but he played it cool. He like, oh, like damn, because he didn't know he was behind him. You feel me? He didn't know Nolan was behind him. So when he heard his voice, oh God, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he started him, but he played it cool. He was talking to him for the whole time. He asked if he wanted to have drinks. Nolan asked dude if he wanted to have drinks. And of course he obliged. They was on the roof, I guess like how they used to do back in the day. And mind you, he's known Nolan for damn near 20 years. And when that event happened and nobody could stop him, it made everybody seem like, damn, we can't trust no niggas with powers for real. Or anybody that's a Viltrumite for that matter. You feel me? They had their drinks. And when Nolan left, the gasp he let out because he was so scared, G. He was scared as fuck, but that shit felt so real. That shit felt human as hell. And I felt, dude, I was like, damn. Like, when the gas he let out, my mouth dropped because I wasn't expecting that. You feel me? I really wasn't expecting that at all. Like, that shit was scared. That shit was tough. It was tough, bro. It was crazy to see. It was crazy to see from a cartoon, man. Like, even Cecil, when he popped up on Nolan and they was talking back and forth and Cecil gave that number, like how many people he had killed and shit. And that's a lot of people, bro. Nolan killed 2,674. Like, bro, that number was crazy. And Nolan was like, I don't want you to be scared of me. Cecil told that nigga, I would never not be scared of you, Nolan. I would never not be scared of you, Nolan. Like, damn. You fucked up, boy. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't think he ever gonna come back from this. Just for the simple fact, he can save the planet today and they still gonna look at him like, well, you saved it for what reason? You gonna try to take over the earth now? You gonna think you want people to fall at your whim? Like, motherfuckers is not gonna be, it's unforgivable. To be honest with you, it's unforgivable. It is. It really is. Oh yeah, man. That show definitely puts you on a roller coaster. Definitely the best season. Thrag is that motherfucking nigga. Hey, I fuck with Thrag, boy. That boy, hey. First of all, line up crispy as hell. You ain't never seen a lineup like that. You never seen a lineup like not in a cartoon. His lineup crispy as hell. He do not play. He Viltrumite first. He's strong as hell and he know it. He got niggas on the brink of death. Niggas that I thought would put up a better fight. If you know, you know. I ain't gonna spoil that part. Cause that was the highlight. I was like, oh, he ain't nothing to fuck with. Nigga, you thought Conquest was tough. I ain't gonna lie. At first I was like, damn, Conquest would probably put up a fight against Thrag. Which I think he can. Because, spoiler here, when Mark was like, I killed Conquest and I killed you too, all the other Viltrumites was looking like, damn. Like they paused for a second like, oh shit. Him? He killed Conquest? So you thought Conquest was tough? Conquest... Think of Thrag maybe times 5. I think Conquest will give Thrag some go for sure. Cause all the other Viltrumites are scared of him. And this how I know Conquest is a tough motherfucker, cause Thrag is tough, and that's why I think Conquest will give Thrag some go. When Mark said I killed Conquest, Thrag didn't even know what to say. Only thing that man was said, show me your best or do your worst or something like that, and that was it. Thrag didn't even know what to say to that. So I think it went Argyle, because that was like the nigga that, you know what I'm saying, before he got executed. It was Argyle, and then Thetis, then Thrag, then Conquest. But recently it switched from Argyle to Thrag, Thetis, then Conquest. I think that's how I go. Then Mark. I mean, not Mark. Then Nolan, and then everybody else. Man, go watch Invincible today, bro. Go watch Invincible today. This is not an ad or none of that shit. But I'm just telling y'all, a good show. Invincible is fucking peak. That shit is so good. I love that show. I can't wait for next season, boy. I cannot wait for next, especially the cliffhanger that we got left off of, because we don't know where Mark is gonna take it. We don't know if he's gonna tell or if he's gonna keep it under wraps. We don't know. Oh my God, bro. Y'all gotta watch Invincible, bro. Y'all gotta watch Invincible. I love that show. I love it. One of my favorite shows of all time. It's up there. And I'm not like a TV show buff or a movie buff or nothing like that. But from everything that I've watched, that's up there for me, for sure. That's up there. Whew. Go watch that shit, bro. Moving on. I'm still reading the same books. I'm just ready to move on at this point. I'm still reading The Changing World Order by Ray Dalio. I told y'all it's a boring read, but it's really a lot of good information. And I'm just trying to, absorb this information so I can bring it to y'all, man. It's just the devaluation of currencies and shit like that. Like, I wish I had that excerpt like kind of pulled out so I can read it to y'all, so y'all can really know what's going on when it comes to money. But the devaluation of currency, they're talking about it in that book. And I'm just like, as I was reading, I said, damn, this is what's going on right now in America, right now. And not even just in America, but globally. The devaluation of fiat currencies is happening right now. And it's basically talking about that in the book. And everything that's happening right now is going on. It's happening. And it's a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on. We on the brink of a lot of shit. I think you know what? I'm gonna talk about that in just a few. But yeah, man, go read that book though. Go read that book. If you have to, read it with other folks, join a book club and introduce that book. You understand what I'm saying? So that way y'all can read it together, so it keeps y'all more engaged. I don't have anybody to read this to or read it with or talk about this type of stuff with. So, it's not like that type of shit. It'd be a lot more fun, reading it with somebody else or going over it with somebody else. You understand what I'm saying? Because we're like, oh, we, putting pieces together and, just learning new things, learning things to get like, I love learning about this type of stuff, but the book is just boring. Now it's a couple things that had me open my eyes like, damn, it woke me up a little bit, but that book right there, I can definitely say, yeah, this is something that definitely needs to, be read with somebody else. You understand what I'm saying? Go over it with somebody else and y'all learn together. And it helps you retain a lot more information a lot better that way as well. You feel me? But I ain't got nobody to do that with. So it is what it is, man. But I'm reading it. I'm getting through it. It's some good ass information. And like I said, me reading it for me is reading it for y'all, man. Cause it's intriguing. I'm not gonna lie. It really is. Learning that, damn, this shit is planned. This shit is inevitable. These cycles happen all of the time. Like there's some terms that was used that I can't remember right now, but it basically talked about how when countries go into the cycle of it builds itself up, it starts here, and then on the incline, that's when everything is traded good. That the people are happy, the money is flowing, and then as the people are happy, the money is flowing, and people are they're able to borrow money. They start to get greedy, and they start to borrow even more money, so much money to where they can't pay the interest back or the loan itself, and then it hits the decline. That's when overspending is happening, and then when overspending happens, that's when interest rates come down and the printing of money happen, and they have to print out so much money, and that devalues the currency further. And then, at one point, the currency was backed by something hard. Then it's taken off by that backing, and now it becomes fiat, fake. This is where the US dollar is right now because it's not backed by anything since 1971, since Richard Nixon, dumb, lying, old, white, corrupted ass, had took us off of the gold standard. That's basically what my bad, because that threw me off a little bit, but that's basically what that talks about. You understand what I'm saying? So now our currency is about to our currency is now depleting, and we're transitioning into something else, which the future is going to be stable coins and crypto, and basically the new financial monetary system, something that you're going to be using and not knowing, just like how you use the internet or your phone, or you send emails or whatever the case may be, and you don't know the intricacies of it. You don't know how the back components work, or how all of these things are getting sent and received. It's going to be the same thing like that when it comes to your money. You're not going to know that you're using these rails, these chains and these stable coins and these blockchain technologies, basically. And that's basically what we're transitioning into. But as the money starts to get printed, even more, that's gonna drive up inflation, and even more. We're gonna go into hyperinflation. And I just learned about the term stagflation, which when we get into the investment portion of the pod later in other episodes, I got to do more research on stagflation and get a full understanding of it, so that way I can bring that to y'all. I just learned about stagflation, and this noise out here that's saying that we might end up hitting that, and apparently that's not good at all. So I'm going to definitely do my research on what stagflation is and bring the information back to y'all. So just give me a week, and by next episode, I should have the information to y'all, man. But that's basically what the Changing World Order by Ray Dalio talks about. It's just the cycles of empires falling and rising, and the fall of currencies, and because of stable coins and all of this, we may not have a new dominant currency. It may be perceived that way, but everything might be everything is going to be on blockchain, to where it's not going to be a dominant currency. Now we're going to have certain currency that's being traded more than the other, right? But everything's gonna be ran through their own thing through stable coins and shit like that. So, that's basically what this book talks about, man. I'm on chapter 5 right now, and chapter 5, I'm gonna have to go through it and reread it because I can't remember, but it's basically talking about the cycles and the dynasties of, the rise and falls of dynasties from the past, from starting from like 1600 up until now. And with America about to be 250 years old this year, I believe. Yeah, this year. We're witnessing history. We're witnessing the fall of the United States dollar and other fiat currencies as we know it. So yeah, I do recommend reading that book. It is such a good book, a lot of good information, and it really helps you understand what's going. Like, I really feel like to come up with solutions for what's happening out here, we have to get an understanding on what's happening and why it's happening, so that way we can better prepare for the future. And understanding the past, we can definitely prepare for the future and get ready in the present. You understand what I'm saying? History don't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. And we seeing a lot of things happening that is mimicking the past right now. High inflation, wars. You understand what I'm saying? Market crashes, and the only thing what we're seeing that's new right now is the wealthy buying up everything. They buying airspace. They buying up all of the land. They buying up water, which I don't know how this stuff is fucking legal. Them buying property and stuff. I'm a little on the fence on that as well. Like corporate buying, I'm not on the fence of that. But that's just go into rich people buying up everything anyway, which owns the corporations. You feel me? Which they can put that into a trust that owns their businesses, and oh my God, that shit gets deep as hell, right? But they should not be allowed to buy airspace. They shouldn't be allowed to buy water and own water and stuff like that. But since that is a thing, I might as well go ahead and look into that industry as well, look into that market, so that way I can buy this stuff and have it for me and for the people. You understand what I'm saying? Because ultimately, like, a big goal of mine, and I'm getting into the works now. I'm just building up my cash flows and shit like that, and doing research and seeing what it takes to own land and all of that stuff. Like, since that is the case, I might as well go ahead and get a slice of all of these pies, bro. So that way, motherfuckers can go touch some water, and they won't be able to affect this certain land of the ecosystem, and people can go on it as they choose. You understand what I'm saying? Like I'm shit. If I can buy some airspace, why the fuck not? Why not? You understand what I'm saying? It's nasty work, but if this is where we're headed, I need to go ahead and get a slice of this shit, man. I've been looking into buying. I'm gonna save this for the pod, bro. I'm gonna save it for the pod, man. But just go read that motherfucking book. Great information, man. Great information. Highly recommend that you read that shit. Now we better head into one of my favorite portions of the pod, and that's music. I have not been listening to any new music. I heard one new song. It's by Action Bronson featuring Rock Marciano, and them two old niggas rapping their ass off, man. We need a whole album with them two. Oh, Action Bronson just dropped an album. He dropped it today. Okay, I've been listening to this motherfucker today. And the song is on the album. It's called Peppers. And yeah, I'm gonna be listening to this shit, bruh. I didn't wanna, and I heard the song Triceratops with Paul Wall and Lil Yachty. I did not want to listen to that shit because of Lil Yachty. I do not like when that nigga be rapping. I do not like his voice. Now, he did drop one album that I was like, okay, this is pretty decent, but I'm not listening to Lil Yachty, bruh. It's decent though. It's decent. The beat hard. Peppers, that beat hard as fuck. Oh my God. since we talking about it, I think that's gonna be the song that I play for y'all today, man. Them niggas was rapping their ass off. Them niggas was rapping their ass off, bruh. But again, I haven't been listening to any new music for real. I still be sitting with albums. Let me go ahead and update this right now while I'm talking. I still be sitting with albums and stuff like that I've like. I'm still listening to Pompeii Utility. Still listening to that. Cause first of all, I'm going to the comments and I gotta learn some songs off of that motherfucker. And I'm still listening to Now or Never by Alicia G. I'm still listening to Sideshow's album. I'm still listening to I'm still listening to goddamn Live, Laugh, Love by Earl Sweatshirt. But you know, it's a few people that dropped the Genevieve. She dropped the album. I will be listening to that. I'm gonna be listening to a few new albums today for sure. I'm gonna try to while I'm editing for the pod, I'm gonna put on some music. Cause normally I be watching YouTube videos so I can, keep up with news and shit like that. But today I'm gonna listen while I'm editing my thumbnail for the pod. That's like the free time where I can multitask. Cause a lot of times I can't really multitask cause I be having to read and write and stuff like that. But me listening to music and editing the pod, editing the thumbnail, that'll give me some free time. So I'm definitely gonna take that free time and listen to a couple of these albums. I'm gonna start with the Action Bronson joint first, then I'm gonna go into Genevieve and then whoever else had dropped, and then come back to y'all next week. I think that's what I'm gonna start doing. I think that's what I'm gonna start doing. When I'm editing for the pod, just throw on some albums, cause Vince Staples, he about to drop an album called Cry Baby. That is a short album too. It's 10 songs long. This album be pretty fucking short. He dropping it in June, so I can't wait for that. I'm still listening to the Isaiah Rashad joint. It's been awful. I'm still listening to that. So, I like to sit with albums, man. I like to sit with albums. I do. I don't move on too fast. It's not me moving on too fast. It's not the best way for me to move. You understand what I'm saying? That's just not best for me, man. So, Uncle John, he's dropping an album soon. Bash for the World, he dropping an album soon. Yeah, man. It's a lot of music, bruh. It's a shit ton of music. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and play Peppers for y'all. YouTube, you already know. I'm gonna apologize in advance. And because I ain't been listening to no new music, this portion of the pod gonna be real short. But I'm gonna go ahead and play this for y'all last, man. It's called Peppers featuring Rock Marciano off of Action Bronson's new album called Planet Frog. And here we go. And that was Peppers by Action Bronson featuring Rock Marciano. Hey, man. Rock Marcy snapped on that motherfucker. I remember when I first heard of Rock Marciano, and I wish I heard of him way before then, but Lord Jamar, shout out to Lord Jamar for putting me on, man. I was watching his podcast and he had Rock Marcy on the pod. And Rock Marciano, I just thought that was a hard-ass rap name. So I was like, oh, let me see who this is because I don't really know who this is. And Rock Marcy was talking and he basically, one of the things that stood out to me, because you could tell he a fly nigga. He was talking about how when he goes shopping and he's spending a bag on clothes and stuff like that, he was like, I'm healing. And I was just like, damn, that's hard. Now me, I heal in other ways. I don't spend, I've never really been the type to spend a bag on clothes and stuff like that. I have, and then, afterwards I was like, oh, this, I didn't feel too good afterwards. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But him saying that, I just thought that shit was so hard. And he was saying how he was selling his album for like $100 and that bitch sold out. And like, I was just like, oh, this nigga is on another level. So I looked up the album, I listened to it, and I was like, oh, that shit is fucking fire. I like this. And this was back in like, I think 2020, and I've been a fan ever since. And he just dropped an album too. He just dropped an album. Oh shit. You can't find Rock Marciano? Okay, they got the wrong name up there. But he just dropped a new album called 656. That shit is fucking fire, bruh. To go listen to 656. That whole thing go crazy. He can rap his ass off, man. Yeah, motherfuckers sleep on Rock Marcy, bruh. Motherfuckers sleep on Rock Marcy. I forgot what that album was called because I listened to it a whole nother way. Reasonable Drought, that shit fire, man. Shout out to Stove God. Here we go. RR2, The Bitter Dose. This shit fire, bro. This shit is. Hey, listen. Go listen to it. Go listen to it. That shit hard. Rock Marcy, one of them ones, man. Rock Marciano, one of them ones, bro. Go listen to Rock Marciano today. Go listen to Rock Marciano today. So, yeah, man, I just wanted to play that for y'all. I thought that shit was hard when I first heard it. I said, oh, damn, these niggas rapping their ass off, man. Artists that I recommend listening to, just to give y'all some recommendations. If you have never listened to Mac Miller before, I highly recommend that you go ahead and listen to Mac Miller. He's one of my GOATs. Go listen to Genevieve. She can sing like a motherfucker. Go listen to Veda. She can rap her ass off. Mercury, she can rap her ass off. Neonte, he can rap his ass off. Shroomy777, she can rap. I like her music. She's starting to grow on me a little bit more the more I listen to her. So definitely go listen to Shroomy. She picked some good beats to rap on as well. Leisha G, that's another one. She can rap. Bree Bands, that's another one. She can rap. I said Veda. Go listen to Veda. She can rap her ass off. Pig the Gemini, she can rap her ass off. Go listen to these artists today, man. Let me see who else. Stalimata, that's another one. Go listen to her. She can rap her ass off. Dude, I named off like 8 women. Go listen to these women, bro. They can rap. They can rap like a motherfucker. They can rap like a motherfucker, man. So that's what I recommend y'all go listen to. Go, that's why. Oh, and Baby Mother. Can't forget about Baby Mother. Can't forget about Baby Mother. She dropped an album. I'm still listening to this. I'm still going back and listening to Rent Due. Go listen to Rent Due by Baby Mother. Listen, man. There's so many good artists out here. I think just like gaming, at least for me, I can only speak for me. I'm spoiled when it comes to these artists, bro. When it comes to these rappers, like, I'm still listening to Westside Gunn and him consistently dropping projects, and Freddie Gibbs, and you know, whenever I can hear verses from Ghostface Killer, Method Man, and then we got the new artists like well, hold on. Then we still could get consistent fucking artwork from Earl Sweatshirt and Vince Staples, and then Mike. Bruh, quality music. Quality music. Ari Lennox still singing. She still dropping music. SZA teasing music. She still making music. Bruh, I'm spoiled when it comes to this music shit. More specifically, this rap shit, man. I'm so spoiled. One of my favorite artists of all time, Isaiah Rashad, just dropped an album. Like, I'm just like gaming. I'm spoiled, bro, when it comes to this entertainment, man. Like, I'm watching some pretty good shows. I can watch any movie I want. Like, oh my God, bro. We've been getting some decent movies too lately as well. Man, I'm just spoiled when it comes to this entertainment, man. I've been listening to more good music than bad. Been watching more good TV and movies than bad. Been watching more, been playing more great games than bad. All types of shit. Like, I've definitely had my fair share of games, and I'm like, oh, nah, this ain't for me, or this shit is garbage. But it's been way more fun games than not, man. So niggas is spoiled out here when it comes to this entertainment shit, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love it, bro. I love it. I do. So make sure y'all go listen to all the artists that I recommended for today. You go listen to them right now. They can all rap their ass off. They all have completely different styles of rap. They don't sound alike at all. They all rap different. They all from different places. They all got their own styles. Even by the way that they dress and present themselves, it's all different. Not no copycat shit, man. No copy and paste. It's different out here, man. Go listen to them. Keep an open mind. Listen to these beats, because them beats are fucking hidden. Bruh, all these new artists, I want to interview Baby Mother, Veda. I want to interview all of them, man. Hey, Vince Staples, Bash for the World, Earl, Mike, goddamn Genevieve, Ari Lennox, Leisha G. I wanna interview all these niggas. I wanna interview all of them, bruh. For real. So, hey, because I got to see where they mind at and how the fuck they coming up with this stuff and why they rapping the way they do and why they going so hard and so crazy, bruh. It's... Man, oh man. Yeah, we're going to get a conversation on the pod with these folks for sure. We're going to get a conversation with these folks. Yeah, man. What a time to be alive. What even better time to be a music listener, a gamer, just somebody that consumes this entertainment every now and then. And another reason why I'm so appreciative is because I don't get to absorb a lot of this information, a lot of this entertainment as often as I might want to. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't watch TV like that. When I do, it's something that I'm for certain invested in. You know what I'm saying? No shit that I like. So, I give Star Wars stuff a chance. Invincible, I like superhero shit, so I give that a chance. You know what I'm saying? Sci-fi shit, I give that a chance. But I'm not just watching TV for the sake of watching TV. I'm watching to, talk about it, to get inspiration, and to just see some cool shit. You understand what I'm saying? Just see some cool shit. Moving on. Miscellaneous news, man. You already know that the American government is full of liars and cheapskates and con men and con women. They love to lie. Motherfuckers is I forgot. I was watching this video and I need to do better at this, because y'all need to know the names along with me. But somebody up there in government was just basically lying, saying that, about the Strait of Hormuz, and saying how that the Strait of Hormuz is open and that, ships can pass through whenever they want. But in the same breath contradicted himself and said, if ships don't pass through, then it's Iran's fault. Like, nigga, which one is it? Is the Strait open because y'all want to act like y'all got a big dick swinging around, and y'all can say that the Strait is Hormuz is open, or Iran really got that shit closed off and y'all can't do shit about it? Which one is it? And I think it's the latter. Iran saying, no, nigga, ain't nothing passing through, bitch, unless you trading in such and such. This, that, and the third. This shit ain't open. Period. American ships ain't going through. If you do go through here, you gotta... Matter of fact, if you do go through here, you no longer gonna pay with the US dollar. You're gonna pay in crypto, i.e. Bitcoin or whatever other coin that they choose to use, or the Chinese yuan. That's how we're gonna trade from now on. You feel me? Niggas is lying, bruh. I don't trust the government worth a motherfucking damn. But we still gotta sit up here and vote for these bitches. It's a sick game that they push us to play. It's real sick, man. And, everything that is happening right now is an accumulation of shit that's happened, 50, 60 years ago that we still feeling the effects of, 40 years ago, 40, 50 years ago that we still feeling the effects of. And then we got niggas in office that is pedophiles and making the situations worse. Trump ain't doing nothing but making the situations worse. Dumb as hell. Lying to the people dumb as hell listening to this shit. Everything that the man said was a lie. And I don't know why folks thought anything different. The niggas that voted for him. Every time a motherfucker run for office, politician, celebrity, whoever, they lying. Every time. They gonna do whatever they can to get your vote. And look at what these niggas did. Now look, gas is through the roof, and I say this not to scare nobody, but just be prepared. Shit is gonna get worse. Every day that the Strait of Hormuz is closed, that's 3 days worth of damage. Do y'all know that? Every single day that the Strait of Hormuz is closed, that's 3 days worth of damage. So expect gas prices to go up even more. Expect for food and groceries to go up even more. Mother gotta start going back to the basics: rice, beans, potatoes, whatever protein they decide to eat, and just keep it trucking. You understand me? Fertilizer is getting expensive. That's hurting the farmers, which makes food go up. The food system is about to take a hit. We about to see a lot of food not be in grocery stores. Things that we used to seeing, things that are on the shortage. Because now we can't get this shit to grow. Hey, look, hey, bro. Then we got the hantavirus, I believe that's what it's called, from them nasty ass folks on that ship. They saying some people already done landed in Texas already. But they ain't showing no, like, you know. But I think that's something that's gonna be the least of folks' worries, because they talking about an energy crisis. Now that is what I've been paying a lot of attention to. An energy crisis across America, across the United States, maybe more so across the globe. This shit, hey, look, man, this is what's going on right here, right now. Y'all need to keep up, bro. I'm doing as much as I can to keep up. But I'm listening, I'm watching, I'm reading, I'm paying attention. I'm hearing things. I'm seeing what's going on. They talking about an energy crisis about to come along, bro. Blackouts and shit. You feel me? Like it's a lot going on right now. It really is. And you know, the Supreme Court, they trying to take away voting rights. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I can read it right here. The Supreme Court's 2026 Voting Rights Act ruling in Louisiana versus Calais, if that's how you pronounce it, held that Louisiana's map was an unconstitutional racial gerrymander, and it narrowed how Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act is applied in redistricting cases. In practical terms, the court said Louisiana was not required to create the additional majority black district under Section 2, so race could not justify the map it drew. They trying to remap how Tennessee and Louisiana is laid out so that way black people can't vote. Or that the black vote matters less. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's nasty, bro. It's nasty. But listen, I know our people, we gonna persevere every single time, man. Remember that word I used earlier? We gonna persevere every single time, man. This ain't nothing. We gonna get through. We gonna be all right. We gonna figure out how to get everything back into our favor. Off the backs of us. And solely us. I believe in us for sure. Like we got a bunch of amazing people, bright minds way brighter than mine, that can articulate this type of stuff way better than me. But I'm bringing this information and articulate the best way I can so that it can open up the minds of whoever is keen to this shit, speak about it a lot more. And that could turn into action. And that could turn into solutions. You feel me? So yeah, man. There's a lot going on right now. Bruh. You know, it's so much going on, and it's so much going on to the point where I know it makes people feel like they're helpless, like they don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Most of the United States is fucking broke. You know what I'm saying? Most people in the United States don't have $500 in case of an emergency, right? So motherfuckers are living below paycheck to paycheck. At first it was paycheck to paycheck. Now motherfuckers is on the brink of getting by. You understand what I'm saying? It's a lot going on, man. So you got voting rights being rescinded. You got the Strait of Hormuz being closed, inflation, hyperinflation, stagflation. Again, which I'm going to learn about that. As a matter of fact, y'all want to learn about it right now? Let's go ahead and see what stagflation means. And then I'm going to do more research and, get a better understanding. But just by definition, stagflation is an economic condition where high inflation happens at the same time as slow or negative growth and high unemployment. It's unusual because prices keep rising even though the economy is weak. So again, I'm going to do more research and break it down even further. But you see how nasty that is? No growth. High unemployment, prices still going up. That's what we on the brink of. Energy crisis, food shortages, wars. All of these things happening all at once. But the best thing that we can do is continue the conversation and take action along with the conversation. Because at some point, the conversation at some point, there has to be action behind the words. Like, a conversation can only go so far. Like, motherfuckers get tired of talking. You feel me? What can we do? Right? And as I learn about this shit, I'm going to bring more information to y'all and bring more solutions to y'all. Because right now, one of the solutions that I have is creating a budget. You understand what I'm saying? That's one of the inflation. That's one of the situations. That's one of the solutions that I have right now, which is creating a budget. You understand what I'm saying? Seeing where your money is going, seeing where it's not, seeing where it need to be, see where you need to pull back from, take off, cut. You understand what I'm saying? Combined incomes. You feel me? If motherfuckers gotta move back in with their parents because they got a paid off house, then so be it. Save your money, man. Save your money. If you gotta get a side hustle, cause we gotta come together and bring our money together so that we can beat inflation. But I'm gonna talk about that in the investment portion of the pod. So yeah, man. But there's something that y'all might actually care about and perk up. McDonald's is removing all of their McDonald's is removing all of their self-serve pop fountains. Oh my God. Wow, we're America's in shambles now. Oh my fucking goodness. How could they? How many of y'all care about that more than what's going on in the real world? Because first of all, McDonald's is fucking disgusting. You shouldn't be eating that no way. Their food is not good. Like, their fries don't even hit the same. Their bread is nasty. Motherfuckers don't even know if it's real meat. You understand what I'm saying? They not cleaning those damn fountains like they're supposed to any motherfucking way. You feel me? And then the shit is just bad for you. Motherfucker, you shouldn't be drinking pop no way. My bad, I had to cough. You shouldn't be drinking pop no way. I gotta take some water though. And the more I get into health and stuff like that and reading about food and learning more about food, I'm tempted to make a health portion of the pod. And it's not, and I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I a health director. Or a health advisor, anything like that. But I might end up adding a health portion to the pod and talk about that briefly. Because shit like this, I wonder, was anybody in the uproar when they found out they taking away the self-serve pop fountains? Was any of y'all in the uproar? Because if so, your priorities are fucked up. Your priorities are fucked up. I say good. Good. Take away the self-serve pop fountains. Maybe this will make people stop going to McDonald's less and making them richer. Because at this point, McDonald's ain't doing nothing but buying up land and real estate. And when I mean by real estate, I mean lots and shit to add more McDonald's. And you already know they phasing out their workers. They about to be fully automated soon. I think McDonald's, this is what I think. I don't know. This ain't based off no research or nothing. But I think McDonald's is gonna be fully automated by 2045. Every McDonald's on this planet will be fully automated by 2045. That's what I think. Maybe sooner. Who knows? But that's just what I think, man. And you're going to pull up. It's going to be a drive-through. You gonna, hey, you gonna order, you gonna beep boop beep, get what you want. You gonna pull up to the window, that shit gonna drop right in your lap. You gonna pull off. That's how it's gonna be, bro. That shit just gonna come out on the slide. You gonna beep boop beep. You gonna pull up to the window, that shit gonna open up. Shh. Nigga, 2 minutes, your food done. You gonna pull off, you gonna circle back for seconds. Motherfuckers shouldn't be eating this shit, no way, man. It ain't even cheap no more, nigga. They ain't got no dollar menu. You might as well just buy your groceries, G. Might as well just buy your groceries and cook at home. Yeah, and plan ahead. Now for y'all that's working multiple jobs, 2 jobs, maybe 3. If you can have somebody to help you meal prep, do that. If not, you gotta take a day where you working one of those jobs, or you gotta take a day where you working 2 of those jobs, or you got a day off for one. You gotta take a day where you meal prep for the week, man. Buy your groceries and you meal prep for the week. You have to. Just to keep you from going to McDonald's. Now, this was all miscellaneous news, but I just thought I had to get in that, man. Like I said, I think I might end up adding a health portion to the pod, bro, because I want to see more people. Even though our soil isn't producing enough nutrients for the food because they're growing the food too goddamn fast, I think it's still important to eat as best as possible. Eat as local as possible. You know what I'm saying? Go on IG or go on one of these websites, bro, that has like or you can look online to see what place, like a farmer's market or whatever, that's giving away vegetables that's from a local farm. You feel me? And you can start to partake in. Hold on. Excuse me. And you can start to partake in, eating a lot more healthy from and getting food that has the right amount of nutrients that doesn't have a pill sprayed on that motherfucker, none of that shit. Like, you gonna need that shit, man. You definitely gonna need that shit. So if you can, and if it's possible, go to your local farm, get your fruits and veggies from there, farmer's market, get your fruits and veggies from there, and support them as much as possible. Like, I'm getting my money up and creating more cash flow so I can go as much as possible. I don't want to skip out on not one Sunday, because me and my girl, we go to the farmer's market every Sunday and we get a lot of our fruit from there. But I just start getting a lot of vegetables from there as well. But we get a lot of our fruit from there, as far as like dates and grapefruit and stuff like that, just so I can support them as much as possible, man. Because listen, we gonna need them. We're gonna need them. We're gonna need them. We're gonna need them. And then on top of all of that, with the food and all of this being felt, the climate change, global warming, that is still playing into effect. That's another reason why we're having certain food shortages and shit, because the food ain't growing as much as it used to, or the seasons for that food are becoming shorter. So, for avocados, papaya, lemons, and other things of the sort. Like, it's becoming shorter for these seasons, man. And this is why I'm hell-bent on creating my own homestead and having my own tropical farm and shit like that, or whatever I can while I'm living here, because I want to be able to have access to these foods where if I can't get them in the grocery store, then I can get them off my own land and create my own like seasonings and stuff like that, like black pepper, goddamn, garlic powder or garlic salt, garlic granules. You understand what I'm saying? Onion powder, shit, shit like that, bro. Dehydrate the onions or the onion skins and, grind it up, and it'll like all of that. Like, I'm looking to do all of that shit, man. For real. Like, I'm hell bent on doing that. Like, I think about it all the time. I have been doing less research on it, but that's still always in my head, bro. I need to do this. I have to do this. I gotta grow my own food. I have to grow my own food. That's part of generational wealth for me. You understand what I'm saying? So while I'm creating generational wealth mentally and financially, I gotta do it fiscally as well. Physically as well. That's growing food. Gotta grow food, man. Gotta grow food. Gotta grow my own food. I want to have my own little farm, bro. and have that shit running on the system while I'm still putting out a pod, while I'm still creating gaming videos and gaming news videos and shit like that, while I'm still doing all of these things. I don't want to cut out none of this shit, bro, because I feel like I have this opportunity to do all these things at once and learn new skills and shit like that. So yeah, man, I cannot wait. I'm definitely about to start up a new garden for sure, because last year we got like we got starter plants for like cucumbers and stuff, all organic from this farmer's market, and the fucking squirrels came through and ate our crops. So that was trash. That was fucking garbage, but you know, it is what it is, man. Our shit was thriving too. It was starting to bud. I'm like, oh, I see the little baby plants and shit like that, the baby cucumbers, but fucking squirrels came through and ate our shit up, man. So we're gonna try again. We're gonna grow potatoes. I wanna start with cucumbers, potatoes, and like some beans. And then go from there. Cause those are things that I buy all the time. Cucumbers, garbanzo beans, and potatoes. And you know, I harvest those, and you know what I'm saying, hopefully I have enough harvest for like 6 months to a year, and I would never have to buy potatoes again. And I can start the process all over again. You understand what I'm saying? And then once I get that, then I'm like, okay, now I want to start with go to berries, strawberries, blueberries, and something else. You understand what I'm saying? Then have that growing. And then, okay, now I got a system for these. Then start growing papaya, grapefruit, and dates or something like that. You feel me? Just all of the shit that I normally eat. You understand what I'm saying? Chard, goddamn mushroom, stuff like that, man. All of the stuff that I normally eat, I want to have a nice ass ecosystem for all of those things and grow all of that stuff on my own land at my house. I cannot wait. And you know, again, I'm gonna be in the dirt doing this shit and making sure I harvest all of this stuff, and I would never have to go to a grocery store again, unless it's for shit that you're like, damn, you know what? I got all this food tonight. I really don't feel like cooking. Let's go out to eat, or let's go get something and warm it up in the oven or something. Then that's what I'm gonna do. You understand what I'm saying? But other than that, I'm gonna try to not try. Try will no longer be in my vocabulary starting today. Try will no longer be in my vocabulary starting today. Try will no longer be in my vocabulary. What I'm going to do is, what was I about to say? What I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to eat off the land as much as possible. That's not where I was going to go with that. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, what I'm going to do is like I said, just make a lot of my own shit, man. Just make a lot of my own stuff with my own food that I grow, and you know, just passing information down, man, and you know, for my future children. But like, look, show them the way. But like, man, this is what me and your mama did. I created not only an abundance amount of wealth, but I have an abundance amount of land, and you know, in different parts of the areas, stuff like that. But this is where we primarily live, and this is where all our food come from. Oh, that's what I was about to say. I'm gonna make sure that 70 to 80% of the food that I eat is grown at home. And I say that because I say 70 to 80 because the nigga gonna be traveling and stuff like that. You know, when times where it's gonna be a little hard for me to eat at the house, then yeah. Well, whenever a motherfucker feel like going out, don't feel like cooking, we gonna do that. You feel me? But make sure that 70, 80% of the food that I eat is gonna be from home, man, for sure. Like this is something that is very serious to me. You feel me? Because I know that it's possible, and I could do all of these things. I just want to be as close to the earth as embedded in this soil as much as possible, and to really show the earth that I appreciate it for even allowing me to even bear these fruits. You understand? Harvest my own food. You understand what I'm saying? I want to show the earth that I'm very appreciative. Very, very appreciative, man. I want to make sure that I give the earth as much love as it gives me. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I'm very serious about this shit, bro. I'm not fucking around. I will have it. And when I do, I can't wait because I'm going to have a lot more cooking streams and make sure more so baking streams. I want to make sure I want to like grow potatoes and stuff like that, so I can start baking like sweet potato pie from scratch with my own homegrown potatoes and stuff like that, and make my own fries and stuff. Oh my God, I cannot wait! I cannot wait! And you just haven't put that out there for the world, but like, yo, I made such and such from my own such and such. You know what I'm saying? To be streaming that shit, bro, and put those streams on the internet, not on YouTube, and that's more revenue. Because I already know that shit gonna go fucking crazy. It's gonna go crazy. I already have like an idea for like the thumbnails and stuff like that, how I want it to look and all of that, bro. So yeah, my shit gonna go crazy, man. I'm already knowing. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. Food that I cook from my homestead, like, oh my goodness, it's gonna be lit. So yeah, man, that's part of the miscellaneous news. It's a lot going on out here right now, but we will persevere. We will get through it, man. There's nothing to it but to do it. You feel me? Whew. Now let's get into my favorite portion of the pod. We are now an hour and 23 minutes in. Damn, I be yapping. But investing. Y'all already know, man. I'm going to talk about this shit until the day I die. Ever since I was shown the light on investing and what it takes to invest and compounding interest and what it takes is patience and discipline and building a portfolio that's going to soon build itself to the point where you won't even have to put new money in. It's going to create its own money that's going to put in on itself. And you know, I can make as much money as I do right now that I'm making monthly from staking, stable coins, and dividends from each separate thing. You understand what I'm saying? Making my year's worth of salary in dividends, making a year's worth of salary in DeFi staking protocols, making my year's worth of salary in lending out my own money, making a year's worth of salary from stable coins and just getting that. Like, bruh, ever since I've been open to this and shown that light, bruh, I love investing. Like, I am an investor and I love it. I love investing. I love compounding my money. I love taking profits and being able to buy other assets and so that way that can grow and I can take profits from that. I love being able to take profits and being able to buy other things. You understand what I'm saying? Like, damn, if I want to give myself a boost, I can take profits right now and give myself a $500 boost, and that'll just be for me. You understand what I'm saying? That's just for me to make sure when I do get paid, there's extra money that I have that can roll over. Now I got extra money to invest. I love that I'm able to do that. I love that, bruh. Being able to create my own cash flow. I love that I'm able to do that. I love that there's strategy when it comes to investing. When it comes to, and that's what I basically pointed out before. And that's the capital DR strategy. Shout out to my mentor. Cash flow, appreciation, or cash flow, assets that appreciate. You put it into protection. You leverage it. De-risk. My bad. Y'all know I had to drink some water. Y'all know when you drink water and you get that air bubble that go down your chest? Boy, that shit almost happened this night. That shit hurt so bad. But yeah, man, I love being able to create my own cash flow. Like, I'm about to get paid. I got paid last week on some money that higher than I was expecting, and now I'm getting paid this week or today. And I didn't even withdraw that money. I'm taking that money and I'm gonna put it into another dividend that's going to create cash flow that I can put it into another dividend that's gonna create monthly cash flow. So I have what I'm doing is I'm creating an ecosystem with just the dividends alone. I'm not even talking about the staking protocols for DeFi, decentralized finance and crypto and stablecoin stuff like that. Right now, I'm building out, and I'm not even and not even bringing in my life insurance policy. But right now, I'm creating an ecosystem where I'm investing in dividends that pay monthly, that pay quarterly, monthly, and weekly. The weekly is a little higher risk, but that's okay, right? So I'm taking what I get paid weekly, and I'm putting that to something that pays me monthly. And then I'm gonna take what pays me monthly. I'm gonna take that and put it into something that pays quarterly. So I'm always getting a paycheck. You understand what I'm saying? And then with the staking protocols, I'm gonna take what I get paid. It's going to be daily payments and stuff like that. I don't even. That's what it's going to flesh out. So I don't even worry about that. But yeah, that's what I'm building it out to. But at the same time, I'm also taking a lot of these profits and I'm buying more assets. Right? Any money that I get, I'm buying more assets with them. So assets are going to appreciate. So I love that I get to create ecosystems with my money, and to where like I can build it up to where it's like. I want to build it up to where like what I'm building it up to is whatever I use to invest when I get paid, that is going to be automatically invested into itself when it start making that. And then money that I get paid monthly to live off of, that's when I'm going to start making with dividends and DeFi and other means. You understand what I'm saying? And real estate and shit like that. So it's gonna be all of these together. Like, okay, my real estate portfolio is making this. My DeFi, my staking and my stable coins is making this, and my dividends is making this, and all together that's like $3,000 a month or whatever the case may be, right? Then it's gonna get to the point where my dividends by itself is making three racks a month. And then staking and so on, then it's going to be like, okay, this dividend by itself is making 3 racks a month or a week or whatever the case may be. This dividend by itself is making 3. You understand what I'm saying? This staking protocol is making 3 racks a week or a day or whatever the case may be. Like, that's how I'm building this shit out. You understand what I'm saying? And as I get more windfalls, that's just going to be put more into my investments, you feel me? And that's gonna come into fruition. And all it takes is time. All it takes is time and consistency, bro. I'm invested into the same things as far as crypto, because I'm a big crypto investor. When it comes to stocks, I'm only worried about dividend paying stocks now. Growth stocks, I get into those so that way I can, make profits off of them and shit like that, so I can put them into more dividend paying investments. But that's all I'm really, when it comes to stocks, that's all I'm really invested in. It's just dividend paying stocks. And again, it's quarterly, monthly, weekly. And then as far as crypto, I'm invested into the same things. I'm always invested into XRP, HBAR, Chainlink, XLM, ZBEC Network, Flare, VChain, Bitcoin. I said HBAR. And that's about it. I don't really own any meme coins. But that's about it. That's all I invested in. I'm gonna be doing some more research because I'm starting to hear Polygon being used a lot more often. So I'm thinking about adding Polygon and Solana to my portfolio as well. But I'm gonna be doing some more research on that. But what I have now, that's what I'm lowering my average cost for Chainlink and HBAR, and I'm in profits with XRP, so I'm just adding more money to that shit as much as I can, and I'm doing that with the dividend payments on top of the budget that I have for myself that I take out for my investments and savings. On top of that, you understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, it's lit, bro. It's lit. I added more money to my savings account. And whatever inch that I make off of that, I'm investing in. And then however much money that I put in monthly for my savings, once I start making that through interest, I'm just gonna let that build up on its own and just have that reinvest itself. I ain't gonna put no more money into it. So the money that I would use to invest, the money that I would use to save, that's going into other stuff, other investments. You feel me? So, yeah, man. Make sure that y'all create a budget, bro. This is how you're gonna do it. Create a budget. First, figure out how much money is going out. No, actually, let's start over. First, figure out how much money you paying in bills. How much you getting paid on a weekly, monthly basis. And if you want to do this on a monthly basis, you can. Figure out how much you, and matter of fact, I'm gonna just start with me. This is how I do it. Figure out how much money you are getting paid monthly. Then, once you figure out how much you're getting paid monthly, figure out how much all of your bills are on a monthly basis. That's basic necessities. That's your bills, all your bills. That's subscription service and all of that shit added into it as well. Subscription services, you taking out money to give to the homeless or the donations, whatever. All of that is bills, bro. I add all that up. Groceries and all of that shit. Then once you figure out how much you are paying in all of those bills, figure out how much of that. Figure out how much of that is comes out of your fucking paycheck. So say you're getting paid $4,000 a month. If all of your bills is $2,000, just to give an even number, just to make it simple, then you know, okay, you have $2,000 left for the month. Those are all of your bills. Now you can allocate. Okay, I'm going to take $1,500, and I'm going to once you figure that out, if you got $2,000 left over or a little less, however much it is left over, figure out how much you want to invest and how much you want to save. Me, I save and I invest first. I invest, and then I save first, to be even more specific. I invest and then I save. Then I pay my bills. Then everything else come afterwards. And if I got extra money on the side, that's either, for FU money, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be, I save that. You feel me? So figure out how much money comes out of your check per month. Then once you figure out how much money you come out of you want to allocate a percentage, 10% or whatever the case may be. Like if you want to do the method that like me, you want to save first and then you can figure out how much you get paid. You want to take 10% and save it, or take 5% and invest it, or however you want to do that. That's how I do it. I take 14%, I invest it. I take 10% out of that, out of the rest that's left. I take 10% of that, and then I invest, and then I save it, and then I pay all my bills, and then whatever is left, that's for extra money for investing or grocery money, whatever the case may be. So you could take a percentage of that. Once you figure out how much you're paying in bills, you can take a percentage of what's left and be like, okay, I'm gonna take 10% of this, and I'm investing into whatever it is: crypto, gold, silver, the stock market, whatever it is, dividends. Then you can say, okay, I'm gonna take this percentage and I'm gonna save it. This is gonna be savings that I never touch in a high yield savings account, and you just let that build up, right? That's how you can create your budget. Or if you don't want to do the investment thing first, figure out everything and then be like, okay, I'm gonna take this money, I'm gonna put it into a savings account, and once I get to this amount, I'm not gonna touch it anymore. I'm gonna just let it compound on its own. Then you can turn your focus to other things. Be like, okay, I'm gonna build this portfolio up to this amount, maybe as much as you have in your savings. Then you be like, okay, I'm not gonna touch this. I'm gonna let it build on its own. I'm gonna let it grow. Then you could take more money, you start putting in dividends. When then you like, okay, once I got this amount of money in dividends, or you can save for a property, then you're gonna save for that much and put that in there. If this is making sense to you, I hope it is, if you're grasping it. If not, let me know in the comments so that way I can clean it up a lot better. But that's basically what you want to do, man. And then once you got all of that figured out, you want to make sure that you create cash flow. Now, there are several ways that you can do this as well. You can open up a life insurance policy, whole term or an IUL, index universal life. You can stuff money into it. Stuff money into it. However much you can afford monthly, right? There's no risk. There's no risk to this. Once you get a certain amount, because sometimes there's a threshold. I know for mine, there's a threshold. Once you get to a certain amount, you can borrow against that at no liquidation risk. Tax-free. And you can buy a dividend generating asset. Do your research on that and whatever it is. From there, that money that you get from those dividends, you could pay that loan back. Once you pay that loan back in your life insurance policy, if you want to, because depending on what it is, you don't have to pay the loan back. It just comes off your death benefit. Once you pay that loan back, now you have free money. Now you got cash flow that you didn't use any money, any new money for. You stuffed money into your life insurance policy. You borrowed from it, and you bought dividend You bought dividend generating assets that paid off that loan with no new money. Now, if you want to pay off the loan faster with your income, you can, but you don't have to. You could just let the dividends do the work, however long it'll take. Now, you got to do your own calculations and shit just to see if you want to ask about that process with your own income or whatever the case may be. But you can see, like, damn, okay, this dividend is paying off the loan now. Then once the loan is fully paid off, you have a dividend generating asset that you didn't use any new money for. Or you can do it this way. Invest in stocks or crypto. When it goes up, you take profits. You take profits enough for taxes and enough for yourself. Your initial investment enough for taxes, and you can take off your initial investment enough for taxes, enough for yourself, and then taxes, right? Once you do that, you could buy a cash generating asset, or you could just sit on house money, take your initial investment out, and then what you use for that to buy that crypto, now that's sitting on house money. You could take your initial investment and either buy another cryptocurrency or a cash generating asset. And then with the house money, you could take profits off the top. Take profits. You can sit on that, use it as dry powder to get back in to dollar cost average, or when prices get low again, you can full force go back in there, or you can use those profits and buy another cash generating asset and use those dividends to buy back into the crypto market or the stock market, whatever you invested in, gold or silver, without using any new money. Now you have, at this point, you got a shit ton of dividends, bro. At this point, that is buying assets for you. And that's what I'm using, and that is what I'm using my dividends for. I'm using my dividends as you know what I'm saying, I take my percentage and I stuff it in there, but I'm using that cash flow to buy more assets. That's exactly what I'm using this cash flow for. That's exactly what I'm using this for. So you can do this, man. Create you a budget. Then once you got your budget in place, create that cash flow. Do your own homework on how you can create cash flow, whether that's through staking protocols or dividend generating assets, whatever the case may be, man. Create you some cash flow. If you don't make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. You do not want to work until you die, until you croak, until you pass away. Then, you know, you on your deathbed, coughing, wheezing and shit, looking up in the sky, thinking like, damn, where did your life go? And your life ain't went nowhere but to that same company that you was working with for 30 plus years. If that company is still around, well, you could have been like, damn, I could have been creating a budget, saving, you understand what I'm saying? Learning all this new knowledge so I can pass it down to the next generation that can do better than me, that can be richer than me, that can set up windfalls for future generations down that fucking bloodline of yours. You understand what I'm saying? So the way they set up for life, that's what all of this, that's what this shit is for, man. So create you a budget. Then once you create that budget, start creating cash flow, start getting into dividend generating assets. Or look up staking, how you could generate money through staking, through staking protocols, different staking protocols and stuff like that. Then if you want to, you can save up money for real estate. Start collecting rent. There's so many ways that you can make money out here, man. You just got to know where to look. And I got you. Don't even worry about it. I got you. This is what I'm here for, man. I'm passionate about this shit because I'm seeing it happen. These dividends that I'm getting paid, I don't know if I want to buy more dividend generating assets, or do I just want to go ahead and buy more crypto? I don't know what I want to do right now. Or just sit on it for dry powder. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see when I get to that point, man. Because it's going to get to a point where I'm going to be making so much money where I'm like, okay, I ain't got to pick and choose. You feel me? I can just be like, all right, well, I'm going to use this for this. I'm going to use that for that because it's generating so much. You feel me? So, yeah, man, I'm just trying to buy as many assets as I possibly can, as many assets that's going to pay me as much as I can get them to possibly pay me, And yeah, man, just have so much cash flow from so many different avenues within those same avenues, and just have a money making machine, man. A whole system that, you know, I can just rely on. A whole security blanket that I made for myself. Where if one asset or two assets or even 3-5 assets go down, or they in the red, it ain't gonna hurt me none, because I got 20, 40, 50 other assets, 60, 100, 200 other assets, and my portfolio that's doing well. So that's it, man. We are an hour and 42 minutes in on the pod. I hope y'all got some valuable information out of this, man. Hopefully this is inspiring you to, you know, do bigger and better things, man, when it comes to investing or whatever it is in your life, man. Hopefully it's getting you there. It's helping you along the way on your journey, bro, for sure. I love this shit. I love yapping. I love bringing new information and learning about new information and talking about it with y'all, because I think that's like one of my passions, because I love information. I love gaining new information. I'm just a glutton for it. Because it ain't nothing better than just information. And whether it's right or wrong, I have that choice. I have that willpower. I have that curiosity to dig deep and figure out if this is right or wrong. You understand what I'm saying? I love that shit. And we all have that power to do that shit, bro. Whether the information is right or wrong, you can always dig deeper and find out the truth to whatever it is. You understand what I'm saying? Not just reading headlines or just take what a motherfucker is telling you at face value. You can go do the reading for yourself and interpret it on your own terms, your own information, your own knowledge, your own logic. You feel me? And make decisions based off of that. It's fucking lovely that we get the chance to think for ourselves and to do what we want to do out here. So I say all of that to say this: do not be left behind. Take heed in what I'm saying. I'm not ever going to stop talking about this. I'm going to forever speak about this on the podcast for as long as this podcast stays still. For as long as the podcast stand upright, stand righteous. You understand what I'm saying? For as long as the podcast is here, I'm going to always talk about that shit. And outside of the pod as well, with people that are willing to listen. Now, whoever is listening to this shit right now and you still listening, you are willing to listen. But outside of the pod, whoever is willing to listen, that's all I'm going to talk about this, period. That's all who I'm going to talk about it too. So, yeah, man, as long as I'm not going to skip out on the episode of a podcast, man. I love bringing this information to y'all, bro. I feel like it's very important. I feel like I have to do this. You understand what I'm saying? And not have to, like I'm being forced to do it, anything like this. But, you know, I just feel drawn to it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I just love that I get to do this shit, man. I do. It's a beautiful feeling, really. That I get to do things on my own terms. It's lovely. Motherfucker can't tell me what to do at all. Motherfucker can't tell me shit what to do with my own platforms. I love it, bro. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think this is the longest episode of the pod today. We are an hour and 45. It seems like now every episode is getting longer and longer. I don't know if y'all feel that shit, but I think so. But I think that's just because I just be yapping all the time. But yeah, man. I really do appreciate y'all for coming through and listening. Do not be left behind. Take heed in what I'm saying. Invest, save, put it, automatically do it if you need to. There's systems that you can put in place so the way you ain't even got to think about it. $10 a day, $10 a week, $100 a month, $1,500 a month, however much you can allocate and afford and put into, man, do that shit, bro. And come back in 6 months and take profits. Take profits. So many ways we can make money out here, man. We got to come together as a community more than ever and take care of one another. More than ever. We are here for every single last person, man. We are here for each other. You feel me? For all you religious folks, help thy neighbor. It's definitely gonna play a significant role between now and 2030, for sure, to make sure motherfuckers are up to date on things, whether that's, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is, you know, climate change, new technology, the new financial system, supporting one another's businesses, you feel me, growing food, all of that shit, bro. All of this is gonna play a part, man. It's coming together as a community, bro. So this is more important now more than ever. And I'm starting to see it, and it's putting a smile on my face. So with that being said, man, I really do appreciate you for coming through and listening or watching. If you are watching this shit, man, the video version of the podcast. This has been episode 64 of the Von Talks podcast. You already know I highly appreciate you, and I definitely see your ass on the next one. Peace.